So far this year, I've been able to make over $30,000 without lifting a finger and without doing 1 minute worth of actual work. I'm serious.
I don't believe you.
This isn't fake guru clickbait. This is what happens when you allow your money to make you money, which is something that pretty much every wealthy person does, and it's something that I think you should start taking seriously.
Don't tell me what to do.
This video isn't going to be glamorous. I'm not talking about the latest TikTok shop techniques or making automated faceless YouTube channels. I'm talking about something that is so boring, many of you will probably click off this video, but hopefully it'll inspire just a few of you to start taking this seriously, because it is truly powerful and it's way easier than you think.
What is it?
I'm also going to show you a really fun online tool you can use to show you exactly how to retire a millionaire, even if you only have $100 a month to grow your business. Okay, so let's stop delaying the inevitable. I made over $30,000 so far this year from my investment accounts.
Boring!
By putting some of my money into the stock market and allowing a magical phrase to turn it into even more money. And that magical phrase is compound interest. But don't take my word for it. Here's Albert Einstein's thoughts on the subject. Compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't pays it. Now I know what you're thinking.
Adam, I don't have any money to invest in the stock market. I have no idea how to pick stocks. It's too expensive and it's too confusing.
That doesn't sound like me.
Well, let me go ahead and argue with you for a second and remind you that you've been watching my channel and learning how to tackle things like the Amazon Influencer Program and the TikTok Shop Affiliate Program. You've cut through miles of red tape and through all those barriers to entry in those programs, and those programs require tons of hard work and tons of dedication to make any sort of money. You are watching hours of YouTube videos to educate yourself on those programs, and I promise you, if you put 1/10 of that effort into understanding how to invest your money, it could literally change your life.
But I actually like my life.
So please just stick with me for a few more minutes. So let me tackle your first fear.
Adam, I don't have any money to invest into the stock market.
Well, let's take a look at a free online tool that can help you determine how much you might be able to make with the funds that you have available. Okay, so this is a compound interest calculator. It is from the investor.gov website. If you just Google compound interest calculator, this is usually the first one that comes up. Now let's take a look at something. Let's say that you only have $100 a month. That's all you can get. You stop drinking Starbucks on your way to work every day. You maybe buy a little bit less steak and lobster for dinners. Maybe you DoorDash a couple times less every month. You figure out a way that you have $100 a month that you can invest. That is not a lot of money, but let's say you have $100 a month to invest. You just put that into the calculator. So I have $100 is my initial investment. And then every single month, I'm gonna put in another $100. Now here is the beautiful thing about compound interest. The longer you leave your stocks alone and the longer you leave this compound interest, the more money you make. Now let's say I got to some of you early enough and you're only 18 years old and you're watching this video. And let's say you wanna retire when you're 65. So that's 47 years. So let's put 47 years in here, and the estimated interest rate, let's just put 10, and I'll explain why in a little bit. So every year, that $100 that you're putting in every single month is going to earn about 10% interest per year, and we calculate it. So when you are 65 years old, you are a millionaire.
Come again?
Could that be right? $100 initial investment. When you're 18 years old, you put $100 a month away. You do that for 47 years until you are 65 years old and you are ready to retire. And when you are ready to retire, you are officially a millionaire with only $100 a month. Saying you don't have enough money to invest is silly. If you are young and you have enough time, even a tiny bit of money can turn into a pretty healthy retirement fund. Could you use $1 million in your retirement? I'm sure you could. Now, I know a lot of you aren't 18 years old that are watching this. A lot of you are a lot older than that. You might even be 50 or 60 and you want to retire in 5 years. Well, compound interest won't have as much time, obviously, but you can go in and tweak these. So maybe your initial investment would have to be a lot bigger. Maybe your monthly contributions would be a lot bigger. Maybe you would have to find investments that are earning more than 10% per year. But you can play around with this compound interest calculator in order to figure out how much money you would need to put away every month and at what age you could retire. So how long do you want to leave it in there? And then what your retirement account would look like in that time frame. So this tool is free. Use it. It's very cool. It will be eye-opening for a lot of you, I think. Okay, so now let's tackle your next fear.
Adam, I have no idea how to pick stocks.
Well, before 1976, I would have totally agreed with you. Picking individual stocks is a really tough and really dangerous way to invest in the stock market. And it's the reason that most people don't feel comfortable doing it. But in 1976, a man named Jack Bogle created something called an index fund. And an index fund is essentially just a bundle of companies. Instead of choosing one company, you put your money into an index fund which has lots of different companies in it that you didn't have to pick. And your money is spread out between all of those companies equally.
I still don't get it.
And one of the most famous funds that was created by Jack Bogle and his company Vanguard is called VOO, or the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF. Now, you don't need to really know anything about this other than this. This is a basket of companies. The top 500 companies in the US are all shoved into this basket, and when you invest in that basket, you are investing a little bit into the top 500 companies in the United States. So essentially, if the US economy does well, then this fund will do well.
But that's a long shot.
And the average return on this fund is about 10.36%, which is where I got that 10% that we used in the compound interest calculator. Now, this is just an example, and please, please, please do your own research. Talk to a professional, not a stupid YouTuber. My goal here isn't to tell you what to invest in. It is only to help inspire you about this incredible wealth building tool. And there's lots of videos going into much more gory detail about all this if you want to educate yourself. There are lots of places online that you can open your own brokerage account. And trust me, if you can navigate the Amazon Influencer Program, and if you can navigate the TikTok Shop Affiliate Program, and you can create YouTube content, then you can definitely handle one of these brokerage websites.
It's too hard. Too hard!
And there's also lots of places where you can talk to an actual professional who will manage your funds for you if you don't trust yourself. But honestly, if I can do it, you can do it. So I hope this inspired a few of you at least to start educating yourself on investing in general. It's not a glamorous video. Probably nobody's going to make it this far in the video because you think it's too complex and too confusing and you don't have any money to do it. I think this video is important and hopefully it will inspire at least a few of you. And if you are into this sort of content, then please do all those things you're supposed to do to help the channel grow. And I'll see you in the next one.
Not my favorite.